Thank you and welcome to my channel, Simply Your World, where we discuss past and present events that will affect you if they haven't already. Shout out to Tech Insider, the original content creator of this video. They make really good content over there. If you want to see something different, I advise you to go over there and check them out. If this is your first time to my video, thank you, and I appreciate it highly. If you've been here before, then you know that I like to talk too long. I want to give you a quick, brief description of the video, and then we'll get into it. So with that being said, I have a question for you. Is womanhood being attacked? This is a serious question, and I want you to think about it. Is womanhood being attacked? With all the things going on in the world, just going to dissect a couple things. Let's talk about the transgender woman that wants to be on the same playing field as the biological woman. She wants to be equal to the biological woman. You say, well, B, that can't happen because she can't have babies. There's so many different things that a natural woman can do that a man can't do. Well, that's true. But what if I told you that they go so far as to write legislation? The Biden administration wrote legislation as an executive order saying that they're going to replace the term sex, or the category of sex, with the category of gender identity. You say, well, B, we already know what a woman is. They can write whatever they want. We know what a woman is, right? You say, yeah, that's true. But then you go so far as to ask a woman who is Supreme Court Justice, what is a woman? Can you define a woman? She goes so far as to tell you she can't tell you what a woman is because she's not a biologist. You know, she can't, even though she is a woman, she can't just define her lifestyle and who she is as a woman and what makes her a woman. She says she can't define it at all. You say, well, baby, she dumb. You know, she may be dumb. She could be a puppet. She could be reading from a cue card, right? I give you that. But what about this? What if I told you that I can grow my baby at home with no uterus needed? Then would you be more apt to listen or to pay attention to how womanhood as a whole and on a molecular level, which I'm going to show you during this video if you stay with me, show you how on a molecular level the woman is being attacked in the womb. The biological woman is being attacked in the womb. So we're going to get into it, and I'm going to come back on my commentary. Bypass pregnancy. I told you, they're bypassing the woman altogether. And any woman that sees this and has never seen this and is not infuriated by this, and is not sharing this with their female friends, showing them what's going to happen, not for your lifetime, but for your children's lifetime. This is for your children, not you. Soon you're going to be wrestling with your children about different things that you find morally disrespectful. It's going to be an everyday occurrence with them. And I honestly believe this is not just for surrogate mothers. This is for transgender mothers as well. This is the reason why they are taking away the definition of woman, because they know you can't call it a woman if it's not natural. It has to be called something else. It has to be called something else. Which brings me to my next video. Y'all thought this was a game. In 98, 99, y'all thought this was a game, didn't you? Is from 2022, okay, showing you how things have progressed from a movie as just a concept. You thought it was a game, thought it was a joke. It was cute. It was entertaining. Let's move on, right? 18, 19 years later, they have a concept of growing babies at home with no woman involved. No woman involved. Now, let's go back real quick. Before I play this, let me go to this real quick. Imagine if I go to this part here. Where's it at? This lady right here. Let's remove her. And let's remove him. And place anybody you want in this scenario. Knowing that baby is being grown in a bag, anybody can be a mother. Even daddies, even men can be mothers. You know, which brings me, before I play the other video, which brings me to this. Men, it's an entire YouTube channel devoted to men having babies. They have thousands of videos. Oh, let me expand my screen real quick. They got thousands of videos, y'all. Look at this. They got video on top of video about men having babies. Totally trying to replace the woman as a whole. So that's why I asked you, is the woman being replaced? So, with them having a concept, first a movie, then a concept, now they have a full conferences about men having babies. Now you have this in the news. This is another channel that I like to watch. I get a lot of good content from them too. I want y'all to check this out. I know this video is kind of raw, but I just want y'all to check this out.
And here's a story straight out of science fiction, replacing human pregnancies with artificial wombs. I know the idea sounds dystopian, but it may be a fast approaching reality. Dutch scientists are working on it. Influential people are promoting it, like the co-founder of cryptocurrency Ethereum. He recently pitched synthetic wombs as a solution to the income disparities between men and women. He said they could reduce the burden of pregnancy and help women earn equally at their workplaces. Interestingly, he made the suggestion to Tesla CEO Elon Musk. Why did he reach out to Musk? Our next report tells you.
Meet Vitalik Buterin, the co-founder of Ethereum,
cryptocurrency,
the second best cryptocurrency after
showing you how all this is tied together, y'all.
The 27-year-old inventor has pitched a bold solution to end the economic disparities between men and women, and also to prevent our planet from a population collapse.
Now, real quick, why are they trying to? It's like they're talking with a double tongue. Somebody is. What do you mean population collapse when the whole thing for the last few years has been about population control? So what populations are you trying to control? What populations are you trying to stop from collapsing? That's the question. There must be a population on the brink of collapse, and there must be a population of people that are on the brink of explosion. And they're trying to equal out both sides. Obviously, this is obvious. Just pay attention, man. Just pay attention.
He wants to replace pregnant women with synthetic wombs. A proposal that has drawn the wrath of feminists.
And now check this out. Drawing the wrath of feminists. Keep that in your mind. I created another video, but it was on my TikTok. Follow me at Quotable Cornball on TikTok, by the way. Very good content over there. I'm definitely creating reels as we go for that as well. I'm going to play a snippet of a reel that I created maybe 2 weeks ago, where feminists, they're self-proclaimed feminists, that tell you how they all of a sudden feel disenfranchised because of the things that are being passed, like the category of sex being replaced with gender identity. Listen.
Biden came out in the first days of his presidency with his executive order, which replaced the category of sex at the federal level with the category of gender identity. It was a slap in the face, and from that moment, I really haven't known how to categorize myself politically. I always voted as liberal, so from 18 to like 39, 38, I registered Republican in 2020 after two politicians actually told me they did not want my vote because of my stance on the rights for women and girls.
Now, if you ask a man which woman is being attacked because she's a woman, which girl is being attacked because she's a girl, they'll be like, man, you must be living on a different planet, because we seem like women are being held on a pedestal. This is exactly what I mean by women being attacked. They weaponize the woman to suppress the man, only to try to replace the man and the woman with an artificial man and woman, and give them an artificial womb to even show you that we can replace you, we don't need you, we can do everything you can do. And then they go so far as to pass legislation and replace terms of biological men and women. This is what I mean by are women being attacked. You know? Now I'm about to play you one more part of the video, and I'm going to end it, but I'm going to show you how women and men are being attacked on a biological level, and they are going to find a way to put a transgender person in your womb even though you ain't transgender. You think it's a game? Watch this.
The CRISPR-Cas9 system is a tool for cutting DNA at a specifically targeted location. The technique has already revolutionized gene editing, but scientists are always looking for new possibilities. So what else can CRISPR do?
Just pay attention, y'all. They are trying is so past tense. They're doing this. They are going so far as to learn how to cut and splice your DNA. Pay attention.
Since being discovered in a bacterial immune system, CRISPR-Cas9 has been adapted into a powerful tool for genomic research. There are two components to the system: a DNA cutting protein called Cas9 and an RNA molecule known as the guide RNA. Bound together, they form a complex that can identify and cut specific sections of DNA.
Specific sections of DNA?
First, Cas9 has to locate and bind to a common sequence in the genome called a PAM. Once the PAM is bound, the guide RNA unwinds part of the double helix. The RNA strand is designed to match and bind a particular sequence in the DNA. Once it's found the correct sequence, Cas9 can cut the DNA. Its two nuclease domains each make a nick, leading to a double-strand break. Although the cell will try to repair this break, the fixing process is error-prone and often inadvertently introduces mutations that disable the gene.
Mutations?
This makes CRISPR a great tool for knocking out specific genes.
Specific genes.
But making double-strand breaks isn't all CRISPR can do. Some researchers are deactivating one or both of Cas9's cutting domains.
It's programmable.
Using new enzymes onto the protein. Cas9 can then be used to transport those enzymes to a specific DNA sequence. In one example, Cas9 is fused to an enzyme, a deaminase, which mutates specific DNA bases.
Specific DNA.
Eventually replacing cytidine with thymidine. This kind of precise gene editing means you could turn a disease-causing mutation into a healthy version of the gene. Or introduce a stop codon at a specific place. But
now think about something. If they can edit different parts of your DNA, what stops them from destroying your whole DNA code? And as you will see, they're going to be able to bring different hosts into a DNA strand and be able to attach a piece of a DNA code to another strand from a whole different host. I.e. animal, i.e. fish, bird. You know what I'm saying? If they were aliens, they probably can do that too. Extraterrestrial things that have been extinct for years. Y'all be thinking this shit is a game, and it's not a game. Please pay attention.
It's not all about gene editing. Several labs have been working on ways to use CRISPR to promote gene transcription.
This is very important.
They do this by deactivating Cas9 completely, so it can no longer cut DNA. Instead, transcriptional activators are added to the Cas9 by either fusing them directly or via a string of peptides.
Transcription. DNA transcription.
Alternatively, the activators can be recruited to the guide RNA instead. These activators recruit the cell's transcription machinery, bringing RNA polymerase and other factors to the target, and increasing transcription of that gene. The same principle applies to gene silencing.
I just said that. Gene silencing. They can go so far as to turn your gene off completely where your eyes don't develop. They can take your arms off. You born without arms, and they did that to you just to experiment and see what they can and can't do. These people are cutting and splicing your DNA to go to show you when it comes to this transgender man and this transgender woman, biological man, biological woman, they are trying to replace the biological with the artificial. But guess what we still doing? Singing and dancing, worried about the next shoe, worried about the next dance craze, worried about the next hairstyle, who said what to who slapped who. When these people are playing with your DNA, they are creating babies in a bag. Oh, one thing I didn't bring up. This bag that we're talking about is called the ex vivo uterine environment. Short for Eve, and Eve is short for ex vivo uterine environment, showing you how the woman is being tagged to the point where they even name the womb Eve. Please pay attention.
Crab domain fused to the Cas9 inactivates transcription by recruiting more factors that physically block the gene. A more outside-the-box idea for using CRISPR is to attach fluorescent proteins to the complex, so you can see where particular DNA sequences are found in the cell. This could be useful for things like visualizing the 3D architecture of the genome, or to paint an entire chromosome and follow its position in the nucleus. CRISPR has already changed the face of research, but these new ideas show that what's been achieved so far could just be the tip of the iceberg when it comes to CRISPR's potential. Whatever comes next, it seems the CRISPR revolution is far from over.
Yes, it is. Shout out to Nature Video. They got a lot of good content over there too. If you want to see something different, if you want to be enlightened on a few things that maybe you never thought about, check out Nature Video, man. They got a lot of good content over there. Now, back to this. So I'm going to ask you again. Is womanhood being attacked? A full onslaught? While they got the man and the woman at each other's neck talking about, you did this, you ain't this. Ain't no man can't no man do. Right? Ain't these bitches ain't gonna do nothing. These bitches. Right? But then you turn around. We both stop and look back. They replacing both of us. Both of us. You know, I'm done. You know, I ain't too much more I can say. You know, you got the gist of it. You seen the whole video. Now, what you gonna do with the information? You know, you have a good night.